Hello, everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Creative Monday. And today we have a very good topic for you, and this is how to promote your art online.
Yeah,
So we're gonna share all of our secrets today, basically.
and we're not gonna hold anything back.
Exactly. Not that they're secrets, but these are our experiences, basically everything we went through to create a following on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, even TikTok. And we just wanted to share it with you. So yeah, let's look at what we're gonna go through today. Yeah, as you can see, we've prepared 4 question groups, right?
Yeah. So, first, we always need to ask ourselves why. So, this is also going to be the first point that we're gonna check out. Why you do art, why you do online media. Then the next topic is going to be how to do it. That's where we're gonna deep dive into what kind of tools can you use in a sense of can you do videos or photos, podcasts, and so on, and then where. And at the end, we're gonna also just touch a bit on selling as well.
So if this is the first time for you here, then welcome. If it's not, then welcome back to this live stream. It's great to have you all here in our chat. I'm interested where you're tuning in from. It's always nice to hear. But yeah, we are Lionscapes.
Hi, my name is Sonia.
I'm Gasper, and we do videos on drawing and creativity, and we help artists become better artists. And one of the things that you definitely need, and it's hard to learn, is the promotion part of art. It's hard, it has many challenges, but like I said, we're gonna share our way, how we did it. There are also other ways, other techniques, but if it worked for us, we figured it might work for you as well.
Yeah. So, is there anything else before we start?
Well, we can take a look at the community, what's going on, and definitely today this is going to work. We're going to go each of those 4 chapters that Sonia mentioned through, and you can ask questions, and at the end of each chapter we're going to take time to answer them. So, go practically start asking questions, whatever you're interested in. Also, if you're not watching live, leave us questions in the comments. We'll definitely look at them and comment on them.
Yeah, but we can also say that we collected some questions from you viewers before we did the live stream, and what we prepared for you today is just a mixture and the answers put together on this piece of paper. So probably we're going to cover quite a lot, but of course, post your questions. We encourage you to do that. Yeah, so let us know in the comments where are you tuning in from, how are you guys doing. I can also already see Sunny Holland, Ineke, Sharina also from Holland, Poulards is from India. Hello.
Wow, all over the place.
Yeah, we have Alma from UK, Tina from Graz, Holly from Oregon, USA, and Pam, Colorado, also USA. Amazing.
All right.
So nice to have you here.
Welcome.
Okay, so should we start and move to the first topic?
Let's do it.
Okay. So the first one is why art?
Yeah, this is an interesting one because we said, okay, if we want to help you best to promote your art online, then we asked, first you have to know why you are doing art at all, and then why do you need to promote yourself, and why do you need to do it online. So they're really basic questions, but they will help us in the end because they make all the other questions and decisions that you do later relevant.
Yeah. So if we go back to the source, to the main focus of all this promotion, what's in the middle of it? It's the art. It's the art itself. It's the thing you're passionate for. And it's very important to ask yourself, why are you doing it? What's the passion behind it? Why are you so intrigued to sit down every day and do some more drawings and sketches?
Okay, yeah, let's go all these points through.
Mm-hmm.
So, what really helped us, for example, is to know why we want to do this kind of stuff. Because if you just want to do it to impress someone else, or to, I don't know, if you have an idea that you're going to make a lot of money out of it, then that might be the wrong kind of foundation to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can also put us back on big. And it's also, I mean, the thing is, if you're art is a kind of thing that takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of time to build up before it's something relevant. So if it's not something you completely enjoy while doing, maybe it's not the best way. It's not like a tool to achieve other goals. It has to be already a goal in itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you got me there, because I was also looking at the comments a bit. But yeah, you said that you should decide of if being a professional is something that you want to do, right?
Not just professional, but like you have to know your reason for doing art, I think, and it has to be a reason in itself. You have to enjoy, you have to be, you have to have the need to create something.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, and if you kind of realize, okay, I just want to impress like other people or something like that, art may not be the easiest way to do this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, art has so many expressions, and you can be very expressive in different ways. That's for sure. But still, I mean, there's something. If you want to express yourself and you choose art to do it, then definitely there are much more pleasant ways to express yourself and share it with your community or just with your friends. It's not always necessary to upload it, right? So it's very interesting just to consider, why would you use, for example, social platforms to do that?
Yeah. So, well, let's go through the rest of the points that we wrote down here, because I think they might answer this question. In general, let's say, okay, this, we didn't want to scare you away. It's just, okay, know why you're doing art, right? But then let's go to the other points that are relevant for our how to promote your art online question. So first of all, the attention right now is on the internet. So if you want to promote yourself online, if you're a hobby artist or if you're a professional, it's a good idea to promote yourself online. Why? As a professional, obviously, you're building an audience, you're building a leverage. And if you're someone who's just enjoying doing art, you're actually doing this for some later point in time. So maybe you don't want to sell art, but you might want to use your leverage and attention to do something else. Maybe you want to do something good like a charity, or maybe you want to go professional later on. You never know. So it's a good idea to start. This is the first point. Then, yeah, like I said, the attention is on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you want to promote yourself on the internet. It's the way it is. It's moving away from printed media, from everything else. Everyone's on their smartphones. We probably don't like it in private life, but we might as well use it, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I need to just read the comments up from time to time. So I'm sorry. I know that you want to have my interaction as well, but since the topic is a bit different, I think this communication needs to be maybe a bit slower, just so that we can all just enjoy the process. But still, you can move to the next point, or would you like me to say something to that as well? So intention is on the internet. Yeah, definitely. And that's also something that's pretty scary as well, right? Because everyone looks at you. Everyone knows what you're doing. And if you want to have that kind of attention, then internet or social media presence is the best way to do it. And it's also very logical thing to use, because if you want to go shopping on the weekend, you go to the market. Why? Because there are lots of shoppers, there's a huge market, and there's a lot of offers. And it's the same with social media. If you want to get a presence in social media or somewhere in your art world, then that's the place to go to.
Yeah, and we're later gonna touch on chapter 3 what these places are to go.
Yeah.
And then there's also one thing we want to, two more points that we want to say in this chapter. First of all, artists always used to have to do this. Now we have internet, but always it was said like 50% you were creating and 50% you have to be promoting your work. Even traditional artists before, be it music, be it in painting, we're talking about art in really general sense, had to spend time mingling, going to art shows, talking with people. Because, and this is the last point here, it doesn't matter how good you are, it doesn't matter if you're really, really good. If nobody will see it, then, nobody will acknowledge that. So many great artists, let's say painters, but even other, of course in other fields as well, were discovered only after they died. Because before that, nobody knew them, they weren't the most skillful at promoting themselves. So, there's this illusion that, if I'm good enough, people will just come to me. Yes, but you also have to make yourself visible. You don't have to push it, but you just have to put yourself out there.
Yeah. That's the way it is. If you, again, sorry, I'm always giving the examples from life, but somehow I think that's the best way to, especially because social media is something like, it's something you can't touch, and you need to distance yourself from your life in a sense. I think it's like it's a tool that you need to somehow get a sense of, and the best way is just to give it like a real life example. And for example, here in Berlin, in the past there was a huge, like a very broad culture of meeting places where the artists have met all the time, and also in France, for example, in Paris. There are many places of course, in almost every city you find that kind of environment where the artists met, and those places were always very important and very special. And this is also how they just how they did networking. And that part now moved to internet. So not the whole thing. There's still circles where you can meet artists live in galleries and meetings and stuff, but a huge part is there online now.
Which is also a great opportunity for us. Okay, so are there also already any questions or comments on this chapter?
Yeah, we have here a huge debate on the why question. So Tina said, my biggest question is where to go, which portal to use for sharing my work, or deciding actually. Pam said same. And then Paul Art said, art is the only thing that makes me feel alive.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's a good reason right there.
That's a statement and a very nice why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe art expression is fulfilled by this inner intention, inner need. It is difficult to capture it sometimes, but it has a source in you. I guess you know it if you have experienced it.
Wow, yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. Also, then Carlos said, really, really interesting topic. I'm working with this every day with my music. I would add, first find your potential public. Yeah, that's also true. Also, one element that we probably won't touch as much today, but is definitely a topic for future live streams if you're interested. Okay, so Pam then said, art is therapeutic for me. Time goes by quickly when I'm working on a creation and I forgot everything else. We have a question then again. how to start marketing for hobby art, commercialize your art.
Yeah. This is both questions that we got. We're going to touch actually in the further chapters. So yeah, pay attention. I think we'll answer it. And if you still have any follow-up questions, do ask in the live chat.
Yeah. At this point, I would like to send a heart out to Isidore. Thank you for your amazing support and being here for us so
Thanks
often.
a lot.
We appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. Isidore just donated us via Super Chat, and you know, this is one of the ways to support us. And another way is also to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, because the information we're giving out here, I think, could help a lot of people. So we'd really, really appreciate it if you just share it out. Share it amongst your friends, put it out there. Yeah. Let's help more artists, you know, become known.
Yes, I mean, this is very important.
Yes.
Okay, so did we cover the why already?
I think we did. I think we can move to the chapter 2 on how.
Okay, so the how. So this is our how.
Yes, so we'll cover here a couple of important points as well, and also in like a next step, how to decide on what your medium is, and also what is your public, maybe this is also audience. What is your audience, similar to Carlos said. Okay, so first of all, yeah, the thing is you can decide on how you will put your artwork out there. Now, there's a lot of different forms of artwork, right? It can be music, it can be, you know, sound, it can be visual, it can be moving pictures, or it can be, you know, just not animated traditional art, be it digital or traditional, whatever. And you have many options on the internet to do this. So the first of all, I would say, and the one that is quite diverse, is video. So video would be, you know, recording your creative process, you know, recording the process of making your art, making some behind of the scenes, like how you did things, and explanations about your artwork. All of that can be done in a video. You can be talking, you can be showing, and this is one thing you should definitely consider. Then the second one would be photo or images, right? You can do photographs of your artworks. You can, you know, maybe your artwork is an image in itself, so you obviously will be publishing that as well. But it can also be snapshots from, you know, behind the scenes, from your professional everyday life. And then we have the last one, which is also voice. Like, let's say you're a writer or you're a musician, you might obviously, you know, publish your short story in a podcast, for example, or something similar. Or, you know, music, of course, as an audio track. So these are the three areas that you can consider how to publish your art, and you don't have to do them all. The thing is to find out where you feel most comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable doing videos, you can, you know, still just do photos. You don't have to show yourself, you know, not always. And if you don't like your voice, you don't have to, you can write maybe. So these are different ways to do this. So this would be the question that I would ask myself first, you know, depending on your kind of art field, in what kind of form you can bring it out to the world. Which brings me to one question for our audience right now, like, what is your art field? Are you, musician? Are you someone, a painter, someone doing drawing, visual art? I know most of the people are doing drawing and painting, since this is our channel.
Yeah.
But if someone else just joined us or is watching this on replay, I would be interested, what is your field?
Yeah, and not just the field. Maybe also, what do you usually use? So are you doing podcasts? Are you doing photos or illustrations that you're bringing to the world? Or are you doing videos? That would also be very interesting thing just to read. Also for you, to have just a bit of broader view what other viewers are doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So Darren also already said, my art field is learning languages.
All right. Wow.
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, so, let's take this for example. Let's say you want to bring this to the world. You can do it, in different ways. You can do videos about that. You can, maybe create some images that can help others learn languages. It's a quite diverse process when you start to think about your art field and then what all the different forms you can bring it out. Yeah. So, which brings me to the question that probably many people have, like, how do I make all of this? How do I make all of this content? I don't have time actually to do it. And, I just barely have time to do my artwork in itself. I don't have time to post it on social media. I don't have time to, do 10 of those posts, in a week. So this is a very good tip that we got off from Gary Vaynerchuk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's document instead of create.
Mm-hmm. True, yeah.
So we use it a lot. For example, let's say we're starting to do painting, or you start to do a watercolor painting.
Mm-hmm.
We do a photo maybe of the materials, then the video of your process.
Yeah.
Then we do the end photo of your work, and then we also scan it, and we also have like a scanned version.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it worked quite well. In the end, one artwork, produced maybe 5-6 pieces of content that you can actually share with others.
Yeah, so the thing is that you can, if when you're dealing with social media, you need to be smart. You need to work smart. You need to think in content that you create. You need to think about it as if you would recycle something. So you can do a post just by making a photo of the process and then the end result, and maybe some words or steps how you did it. So there's a lot going on. You can really use everything that you did from the starting point through the process and then the end result. And this can also really help you with just producing enough of content that you need to just post as regularly as possible, because you want to have this regular how do you say, publishing rhythm.
Yeah, and this is a great point you touched, because actually this brings us to the point of produce as much as sustainably possible.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because right now social media is a good investment, or internet in general. Publishing on the internet is a good investment. It means there's a lot of attention there and not a lot of content, or not enough content. So you get a lot of attention if you post something. Of course, I know, algorithm, Instagram went down, less people see it, but still, it's amazing that you post something and like hundreds of people can see it. So you want to post as much as possible, but it has to be sustainable. Better do it once a week if it's sustainable for you, or once a month if it's sustainable for you, than doing it for 1 week every day and then completely disappearing for 3 weeks because you forgot to do your dishes and everything else. Your home and regular life collapses.
Again, if we give you an example, for example, in Corona time, during the lockdown, we did 4 live streams per week.
Yes.
And that was sustainable just for that time, because we were stuck at home. We had more time than usually, or the projects that were planned for that month or for the next 3 months fall off, or were cancelled. So of course we had time, and to use that time to create content for you, because we knew that's something that you're gonna find useful, because we wanted to give that to you, to someone who, I don't know, wants to get creative, wants to learn something new, or spend time with pleasant people. And now I can imagine in the summertime doing 4 live streams, because there's so much going on. the lockdown is not active anymore, which means that we can do other projects. It's summer, it's warm. Of course, you tend to go outside. So we need to find other ways how to engage with you and produce content.
Yeah, that's a good point. Exactly. Yeah. It wouldn't be sustainable. Well, there is under the how. There's also one interesting topic that definitely I think I can ask you about as well, because you will be dealing with that. You have been dealing with it also a lot, and also helping others with that already. And it's this fear of showing yourself and actually, putting yourself out there despite all the struggles or the doubts and everything. I definitely had this. I know once I started creating, when I started Livestreams first time, I didn't want to show myself. I just did top-down videos of drawing. But there is a huge value in showing yourself, presenting yourself as you are, because you're not just promoting your artwork, you're also promoting the artist.
Yeah. The struggles. It's hard, and I think you can by choosing the right kind of medium, you can really do yourself a favor. For example, we do YouTube, which is not very kind to me, because I don't know if it shows, but I don't like to show up in front of camera, and that one of the reasons is that I think that my greatest weakness is the language. So I can still remember a year ago when we were shooting videos, that was just like the best or the worst torture that you can ever get. I know that one shot that should, at the end, the video should be 5 or 10 minutes long, and it took us probably 2 hours to shoot. And that's just because I wanted to get all the words right. And I was making myself so crazy that I know that sometimes I was just shouting here in the background. I was hyperventilating. There were some tears. So it was not beautiful at all. And I was always just in constant fear to go in front of the camera. And yeah, it was not pleasant at all. And I was asking myself very often, why am I doing it at all? Yeah.
So what actually helped you? How'd you get out of it? Because this, I think I definitely struggled maybe with different kinds of things, but I think many people struggle with that because everyone wants to get it perfect.
Well, there's the thing is that of course maybe there's the perfection, maybe it's just the fear of failure. I think that's more the topic that should be discussed, right? What if I post something and other people won't like it?
Yes.
What if a professor sees it from my university that I really respect?
That was my fear. For example, when I started, we were still students.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, oh my God, we're starting to post these videos and our professors are going to see. And I thought the drawings were pretty, I don't know. I didn't think they were good enough and things like that. I mean, they really weren't that good yet. But still, I was like always thinking, it's so ridiculous. But I was thinking like, what will the professor say when they see like me doing YouTube now?
Yeah.
It was weird. And this fear of what will others think, it's so real. It's so real, and I totally understand everyone might have it. I mean, maybe some of you have it as well. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a whole thing going on behind, in the background, let's say like that. There's the thing, you're afraid of failure, or maybe even of success. Maybe you just think you're not good enough. And those reasons are holding you back from posting, from reacting in live, from taking action that you should take, from everything. Yeah. And that's also the main reason why are you usually not posting.
Yeah.
And what I did is, first of all, we went to the next step. workshop.
Your jacket.
Yeah, look at it. It's amazing. It's like an armor. um, we went to the Next Step workshop where we spent one amazing week with YouTube team here in Berlin and with other amazing YouTube creators. And we did some workshops, and there I also just figured out that if I show up and want something to say, you can receive it or not. And if you don't, then that's fine as well, because I will probably find someone to talk to. Probably if I help just one person to, for example, if I teach this person just one thing, that's enough for me.
Yes.
And that's the main point, is just to figure out why are you doing it. And for me, it's very important that I share information with you guys and to help you achieve new goals and levels.
Yeah.
So that's my motivation behind it. So why should I stay quiet and behind the camera if I can talk to you here and maybe help you do some amazing artwork?
So this is amazing, because this touches to the first point. Why do you want to do art? If you know that might help you, to decide that you just publish it and put it out there, and might help you really help you with ignoring what others think. Being you and ignoring what others think. Fighting your fears. And it's not going to be a click. It's not going to be, okay, now I ignore everyone. It's good.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be a gradual process. But it's very important, because the people who will like it, they will like it. People who don't like it, they won't even show up. They will dislike it, maybe leave a bad comment, whatever. But, you will have helped, I'm pretty sure, a couple of people. And those are the ones that will cheer for you, and that will be your fans, and that will buy your artwork maybe down the road. And you're doing it for those people. So this comes also to finding your audiences. I think the audiences, you keep showing up, you keep doing you, and the audience shows up, because the internet is so big that there's always someone in the world who will like your art.
Yeah, that does not mean that the critique does not hurt. That's the difference. It still does, right?
Yes.
But the thing is that you tend to get more objective because you know why you're doing it. So it doesn't hurt so much anymore. That's one thing. The second one is that, since I figured that out for myself, I tend to laugh more, even if I read a bad comment, because apparently that person didn't get it, what I wanted to say. And that's fine as well, And if I get if I get like a critique that I can use later on, then that's even better. We always support constructive critique. We want you to critique us as well.
Yeah.
Because this is how we grow. And this is how you grow as well. You don't grow through constant applause. Wow, we applaud you all the time. You're so amazing. You're so good. No. We grow through struggling and from trial and error. And this is how it is. I'm sorry, but I would wish that all the time there would be just cards, kisses, flowers, and butterflies.
No, it's gonna be artist's life. People get ready for it.
Yeah, but okay. There's also one thing, and one thing is as well to pick a right platform.
Yeah. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go there right away. Do we want to go take a look at the comments if there are any questions to this topic, to the how? So, how to decide which is your thing, how to overcome the fear. We said document instead of create. We said introduce yourself, be you, don't care what others think, pick your medium. And I forgot the last one, and definitely our favorite one. This is also under the how, before we go to where you publish it, is develop a routine and be patient. I cannot stress this enough, the be patient part. I've heard it many times said on the internet by other people. You have to be patient. But only doing it myself, I really learned what patience means. It means posting every day for 2 years on Instagram and being patient, and then slowly at one point one post goes viral and you jump from 10,000 subscribers to 45,000 subscribers or something like that. And even those 10,000, they took posting every day for a year and a half, and it was just patience. And it might not happen for a long time. It might not happen for years for you. And this is just the Instagram example, for example, for us. But patience is crucial here. Just showing up, and that's why routine helps. Routine will help you do it every day, show up every day, and patience will help you doing this for a long time.
Yeah, so we don't have so many questions, but we have many compliments and just comments on we opening up.
Yeah.
And thank you for your support once again.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Everyone saying that we are very pleasant to listen and to watch, that we are very funny as well. And yeah, that we should just stay the way we are.
Thanks.
And in that sense, I would like to give a heart now out. And this one goes to Samantha.
Thanks, Samantha.
Thank you for showing up here for us and for you as well. I hope you learned something new, something amazing that you can also use in your future art promotion.
Yeah, and like I said, for all of you, you can really support us by giving the video a thumbs up and sharing it with your friends. Share this information with everyone who might need it. They can also ask us questions. We're basically always there, always answering your comments and messages. If we don't, it means it got lost somewhere in the inbox. So just keep nagging at us if we don't answer.
So Inge has like a very interesting question. If you like your art, maybe if you like your art yourself, maybe it's enough reason to publish.
Oh, this is a good point, Ineke. Yeah, this is a good point. This is a thing I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love to do creative things, to create something, and I love to share it. And from that point on, I don't really care what happens with it. I just have this feeling of, doing something and throwing it out there. And that's where, this is for me the best feeling. And then even if it gets ignored or if it, picks up or whatever, or it gets criticized, torn apart, or you applaud it, I don't really care what happens with it afterwards. And I don't know if I have had this feeling always, but it helps me a lot it's my reason to publish things and to create things, and it has helped me a lot on my creative path. Yeah, so maybe if you find a similar feeling, it's different for everyone, but this one works for me. Creating, putting it out there, and then not caring what happens with it.
Yeah, you're creating for yourself and for others.
Yeah,
you need to do that.
Yeah.
And we have here another very interesting question from Zoe.
Yes.
Did you had any concerns in putting your face and life on the internet?
Yes, Zoe, very good question. Totally.
Yes.
So what was your personal concerns?
Regarding what, putting my face on the internet?
Yeah.
Hello? I mean, I'm on the internet. I mean, never in my life have I expected that I'm gonna do that. But somehow I find this format still the best way to do it. Because through that I know that maybe my best attribute is not my visual self, but altogether. I figured out that maybe the way I talk, the way I gesture, the way I use my face and my voice, the combination of everything is the best way that I can express myself. So that's why I'm trying to use that. For someone, that's illustration. For someone, that's singing. For someone, that's dance. And you use medium that you can express yourself best through that medium. And since I have this tendency to help people, they probably need to see my face. It's harder if I mean,
Comes back
imagine,
to the point why you do art. You do basically do it to help others,
yeah,
and that reason is strong enough for you to show yourself.
yeah, it is. It is stronger. Even if now I get comments that I don't know, that I'm not visually pleasing or whatever.
Oh my god, where did I did comment? I will delete it right away.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but oh, thank you very much. You see, this is the care that I get here.
Well, for me, it was also a big point, and what helped me, and I think what helps most professionals, or whoever wants to put themselves on the internet. Okay, I'm probably gonna laugh when you tell me about it. Just let me finish this thought. Yeah, when you put yourself on the internet, of course, it's not a small thing, but try to draw the line if this is fitting for you between your professional and personal life. This is how we do it. Basically, everything that has to do with our drawing and creativity and everything we share. Everything else we don't. And it's up to you where you draw that line. Some people, lifestyle influencers, they share their whole life. That was their decision. And some people just share, their paintings and never show their faces.
Yeah.
But it's up to you to decide how comfortable you feel. Yeah. So it's always in your hands.
Yeah, so I was laughing because Darren gave us a super chat. Thank you very much, Darren.
Thanks, Darren.
You make us laugh. So,
okay, do tell.
Thanks for the videos, fellas. I hope Canadian cash isn't worthless over there.
No, we can use Canadian cash, Darren. Totally. We take all kinds of money. You can send us, if cash doesn't work, whatever, you can send us some food. We take food.
Oh, or maple syrup or something.
Oh, yeah, Canadian maple syrup. Oh, yeah, that thing is worth its weight in gold, right?
Okay, so we have some other questions. If where I create isn't pleasing to the eye, do I have tips to make it good looking?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. This probably I would have follow-up questions on this one. Like, do you have the feeling your artwork is not good enough yet? Is that it? Like, your painting is not good enough if you don't want to share it? Or is the type of your artwork not something that looks visually interesting? I don't know. Are you a writer or something? You have to pick a platform, or a form, a medium, like video, photo, image, or voice that best fits your artwork, I would say. But still, even if you're a writer and you do your podcast with your short stories, it's fun to see photos of your process, of your notes, sometimes of yourself. It's I think you can always use all the mediums if you choose to do so.
Yeah, and I wanted to say something else regarding the topic. I just read that today and I find it phenomenal. No, we had a conversation with one art coach, which we're gonna introduce to you in the future weeks.
We're excited.
But she said something amazing, and I think that's so true. We're not masters, we're mastering.
Yes.
Which means you have time through your whole life. You're probably never gonna be, especially for yourself, you're never gonna be at the point where you say, nah, now that's fine. I mean, now I really am perfect. No, because you are never going to be perfect, because you're constantly going to live somewhere in the gap. We had that live stream already. So you're gonna grow constantly and you're gonna improve constantly. And yeah, I mean, that means that you're never going to come to that point where you're gonna say, now I'm ready to post.
Yeah, you're never ready. You have to just do it. All right. So, shall we go to the point of the platforms, where to post and how to use them and what knowledge we've gathered?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So that was the how, and now let's go to the where.
Yes, this is probably And probably, to be honest, you probably all came for this part, like, okay, how do I use my Instagram hashtags to get more exposure? But we gave you, we thought, no, we feel it's very important to give you all the rest of the knowledge as well. Because all of that before will help you much more than, how the Instagram algorithm works right now, because this will change the next year, or Instagram might disappear or whatever. So it's important to know the meta stuff. But nevertheless, we want to share with you, like we said, all of our experience also on the social media, because we've amassed, it's not a big following, but it's not small. As you know, we have like 30 something thousand on YouTube. We have 40 something thousand on Instagram. We have a couple of thousand on TikTok, and one video went viral. It's like 200,000 views.
The broccoli one?
The broccoli tree, yeah. I was showing people how to draw a tree, and they all said, "Oh, it looks like broccoli." Um, so yeah, we have a couple of thousand on Facebook, like 7,000 or something. So it is something, and I think we can share our experience with you and maybe help you with that.
Okay.
So I suggest we go through the platforms, and then we have some general tips on publishing online.
Okay. Yeah, do that. I'm just checking if you have any other questions, so I'm saving them.
Okay.
So you can start.
Okay, I will start, and we'll simply share one after the other all the platforms that we are present on. So let's start with our website. You might not even know our website. We have two websites basically. We have Lionscapes, www.lionscapes.org, and lionscapes.de. So lionscapes.org is just like a general website where we have links to other social media platforms basically, and our contacts. And then we have another one that is in German, and there we specifically offer our drawing courses. Yeah, so it's much more nicely designed website. Someone designed it. Yeah. So also build it. She basically programmed it. Yeah, and you coded it. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yes, I did. I'm a landscape architect.
So, website. Should you have your own website? This was one of the questions that came up when we asked everyone on Instagram for questions on the topic. Yeah, well, your own website, I would say, as far as I've seen others do it, and kind of like we want to use it in the future maybe as well, is a good place to have something like a blog. It's something where you can share your content, your updates about yourself, your thoughts in the form that you want. You can always do a small blog post, a couple of lines of text, a couple of photos, whatever you do, and this is completely controlled by you. So this is quite an interesting way to share your thoughts in an original way. And the second thing, your website should definitely have links to all your other social media platforms or other platforms as well. It should show that you are actually up to date, that you are active. And this is a good way to do it, to have a website where you have, the current topics, stuff, whatever is happening with you, and you share it there.
Where did I left you, Kasper?
You left me on a small screen. Maybe you can put us back on the big one. And
ta-da!
Ta-da!
Okay, where are you?
The website.
The website. The website. Okay.
Yeah, and then one more thing is, especially for those who are doing something visual, like video or images, website can also be a gallery. Because you will never be able, Instagram is going to be a bit more messy for images. YouTube, you cannot really search that well for videos as you would, but on your website, you can put your highlights, your most beautiful artworks, your most beautiful photographs, your best poems, whatever your art might be. And this is a good way to make like exclusive highlighted content, and it has a level of seriousness to it. Now, do you need a website? I don't think so. But in our case, we are using it, and I must say we got a lot of our business. A lot of commissions also came through our website. Probably they discovered us on Instagram, but then went to the website and contacted us through there. So yeah, this is an example. Also, it gives you flexibility to be a bit different than all your other social media, right? For us, for example, we can touch this in the end on the selling, but we to bring all our drawing tips and everything for free, basically on YouTube and Instagram. But on the website, it's a bit different. It's like only the drawing courses, live drawing courses that we offer are listed there. So we're using all our other social media as a portfolio so that people see us, like us, and then they book a drawing course with us.
Yeah, or a coaching, or usually that develops in some sort of coaching.
Yeah.
Of some art. Yeah.
So this was first website.
Yeah.
Next.
So what's next? Next we have Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. Good old Facebook. It's already good old Facebook.
Yeah, good
basically.
old Facebook. It's like coming home.
It's like coming home. I don't know, younger probably, I don't know who does not have a Facebook page. Would be interesting to hear. I know the younger generations probably don't have a Facebook anymore, but in our generation, practically everyone has it, I would say. And it's a great place. First of all, it's a great place because you can link it to your Instagram account. It just automatically posts your stuff there as well. Second, it's great for reposting stuff. It's simple to share. You can repost interesting stuff, and it's a great place to post stuff that can shareable, viral stuff. You do something that's highly shareable, like a good tip, for drawing, and it's gonna get shared like crazy on Facebook because it's so easy. You just put share, and people like to share interesting stuff on Facebook. So if it's something fun, something interesting, beautiful, like highlight, it's a good place to put it on.
Best thing about Facebook, my opinion, are the groups.
Yes.
So groups are very amazing, especially if you find like-minded people or want to do masterminds or something similar. Then that's the best way to do it. I think that's one of the better versions where you can create a group and share with them a lot of informations and also chat about different things. So if you're doing like a course or something that you would like to monetize later on, then Facebook groups are pretty amazing.
Yeah. Also, Facebook really pushes the groups right now.
Yeah.
So if something is posted in a group you're in, you're more likely to see it on your feed. And that's also one of the reasons we created Linescapers Facebook group. For those of you who haven't, joined yet, you should definitely join Linescapers. But it's amazing. Since we created that group, we've seen what kind of a community we have. We met all of you there, or most of you are there, and posting your things, commenting on each other's work, and it's amazing. And it's a place that can live even if, we are away for 2 weeks, like next week when we go on vacation or something like that. So it doesn't require you to be there all the time because the community lives and talks with each other all the time. So yeah, Facebook groups, definitely something you should consider if you have a Facebook profile for your business, which you should.
Yeah, we also have here, Linescapes group is the best. Yes, yeah. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim.
Thanks, Kim. You're posting amazing stuff there, really.
Yeah, we have here many questions. There was the whole debate about different media like Facebook. We got a comment that Zoe would like to delete Facebook because it's not her thing at all. Maybe you should also mention why. That would also be very interesting for us.
Yeah.
Why are you avoiding it? Yeah, I know. She said she loads Facebook so much. The struggles are real, people. We get it. Some platforms are just not for you or for everyone. I mean,
for example, I must confess, we basically only use Facebook for our Linescapes business.
Yeah. I don't even post any photos of myself.
Haven't done for years.
Yeah,
it's
nothing.
It's not even it's just, you don't have to use it for your personal means. You have to have, or I would advise you to have just a business page, right? You have to have your account. You don't have to have anything on your account, but just do a business page.
And it's also very interesting. It depends, again, who are you, what's your target group?
Yes.
So your art, if you say who's buying your artwork, if you're a singer, or who's visiting your concerts, or you're an illustrator, and how do you sell your art? Who's your public? who's your viewer. If that's someone who's 50 years plus, then Facebook is probably one of the best platforms to do that.
Facebook is amazing for that. Yeah, for that age group, for that demographic, I would say.
Yeah.
If this is your audience, then this is perfect.
Yeah. Facebook is a bit slower format. That means that the information stays on a bit longer. There's certain structure. It works like a program almost. And for that, you have the feeling that your life is in control much more. You have like an overview.
Supposed to Insta feed where it's just like...
And Twitter even faster, right?
Yeah, crazy. Yeah. Not to mention TikTok. Okay.
Okay. So Zoe said, it's full of racist comments and ads, and I don't want to know the political opinions of my primary school colleagues.
Oh, Zoe, I hope you don't have Twitter, because Twitter is even worse.
that's just poison. It's also so full of junk that you just never find what you are actually interested in. Yeah,
but as I said, if you're just using it for a professional web page, or for your professional, how's it called, Facebook business page, you don't even have to go to the feed and see all that.
Yeah. By the way, Gaspar, are you wearing a 1000 t-shirt?
Yes, I am. Who noticed?
Yeah, that was a question from Varun.
Oh yeah, Varun. Yeah, I'm totally wearing 1000. We're complete fans.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I also own a sweater, a pink one. I already wore it as well.
Yeah, it's an illustrator from Seattle, and he does amazing stuff.
Yeah. Okay, then we have another 2 questions that I don't think that are for this particular group that we're just talking about now, so maybe we're gonna leave that for later on. Okay, you should make t-shirts, said Zoe.
Okay, yeah, should we make t-shirts, everybody? Because we've been toying with this thought, like, should we make merchandise? Because we have some topics that we really enjoy, and I think we could design pretty nice t-shirts. Yeah.
Okay, then we got a comment from Carlos, for example. The algorithm on Facebook is really bad with small artists. Okay, so I didn't know that, but I can imagine, because Facebook is so old already that the algorithm has changed so much through time that it's really hard to push through.
Yeah.
So you need to invest quite a lot of money and effort to just find your public.
Yeah. So the thing is, we've never used Facebook ads, but if you have money to invest to create to gather an audience, yeah, it's still worth it. It's paid, promoted content. It's still worth on Facebook if you want to build an audience. But yeah, like I said, Facebook is pretty old. We got most of our 7,000 followers in the early years, where it was really 2013, 14. Then Facebook killed the reach, and yeah, obviously now it's much smaller.
Yeah, so we also got a few more comments that they are all very careful and objective when it comes to Facebook. They tend to use it very reserved, in a reserved way, but they would appreciate t-shirts and some other merch.
Okay, this is good to know.
Okay, so what's next?
Yeah, let's move on. So I would say next one is YouTube. This is our main platform, and we can talk about YouTube a lot, and we might even do a video. You can tell us if you would be interested to use YouTube for creatives. But YouTube has been great for us because it enables you to do videos, and if you're already doing a video, you can just take the audio of that and make, I don't know, a podcast out of it if you want to. We haven't done yet, but we are doing interviews with people. They could become podcasts. You can have short video forms. We sometimes have the drawing process that we do with you on live. We just speed it up and put it on Instagram. So it's a big chunk of content that can be then divided and cut up and kind of smartly used. And yeah, I think YouTube was, for a couple of points that we learned, for example, is important on YouTube. It's quite important to be yourself. right? Because you're not going to be the only artist in your field. You're not going to be the best artist. I'm pretty sure. Okay, you might be the best artist in your field, but if you're not,
Not for long.
if you're not, the thing is there are always going to be competition in your field. If you're doing a YouTube channel, for example, let's say, I don't know, poetry, right? There's going to be there's thousands of poetry channels, but there's only one of you. So it means that you will always find an audience that likes you over everyone else, right? There's, for example, for us, there's tons of drawing and art tip channels, but most of the people that come watch us, and I mean, you can tell us that, I don't know why exactly you watch us instead of someone else, but most of the people say, yeah, because we kind of like your vibe and the way you explain stuff, and yeah, people watch people, and that's why they will come to you. You don't have to be better, you don't have to be different, you just be you, and there is an audience out there that likes you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else? How-to videos work really well on YouTube, right? If you share your knowledge on how you do stuff, not just your artwork, this is a good thing because people search for it. YouTube is a search engine like Google. People search how to, draw a tree
or to cook a pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of how-to content. Of course, you need to be that kind of person that does that kind of thing, because there are many particular different themes or topics that you can just cover. Yes. So we are in education branch, and then you can do also entertainment, and in entertainment there's music and gaming. Gaming is separated, right?
I don't know.
I think gaming is separated. So there's so many things, and lifestyle and blah, 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 blah. So you need to find your own thing.
Yeah.
And probably since you're here, you're gonna do art. And in art you can always do education as well. Which is also going to be much more supported and promoted on YouTube.
Yes.
In the future.
YouTube pushes education right now because they realize they are an education platform, and with online learning and everything growing, they're pushing that.
Yeah. So everything what's additional knowledge. So if you figure something out, read 10 books, and then you just distill everything in some very important message, and you would like to share that, then YouTube is very good platform to do that. Because in school or university, we get a certain knowledge, and then when you have questions, you go online, and usually YouTube is the first platform that students search on, and this is where you want to be present then.
Yeah. So it's great also for processes of making your art, whatever it is. And one thing that is very important on YouTube is, that's different than other platforms, by the way, it's consistency. So if you decide to do one video a month, you should do one video a month on the same day every month. You should do one video a week on the same day every week, same time. Or you should do it, how often you can. For us right now, we managed to do 2 live streams, and we're starting to try to do 1 plus 1 pre-recorded video. So it's a big challenge, but important to give yourself something that you can manage. Like we said before, produce as much as possible, as much as sustainably possible. It has to be sustainable for you. So consistency is important. If you want to dive more into YouTube, like, okay, how do I use hashtags, search for topics? Yeah, there are a couple of tools. Like I said, we will not dive so deep into that, but you can definitely also leave us a question in the comments of the video, and we'll answer, because it's not so complicated. Yeah. And one more question about YouTube. We got it before, even in the pre-questioning phase yesterday and the day before yesterday, how we record our videos. What's our video setup? So I just want to maybe show it real quick.
Yeah, we also got the question, what gear would I need to record a drawing process video?
Okay. So, you don't need much, right? Okay, I wasn't prepared for it. I will do it now spontaneously.
Because for you, why not? You know?
Yeah. I would say all you need, let's say, is this tripod. It has like a smartphone holder and a smartphone. If you're doing drawing, and then you can place it above your thing and just press record it, and that's it. Period. We also use this adaptive arm or whatever it's called. Put our smartphone on here, and then we record top down.
Yeah.
Right. So it's nothing fancy, nothing complicated. Then we take the video, then we cut it up. We use Adobe Premiere, but you can use whatever also free video editing tools. Easy.
What we would also like to emphasize is that stay practical. Don't buy 1,000 parts of different equipment. For example, this one is very nice because of this thing here. This can be added, and this can be also you can position it not just on the table. For example, if we go outside and draw something, Gasper can
put it on my nose.
Can also put it on the fence or somewhere, on a chair or wherever, and then we can still use another camera to do a B shot or something. So we try to recycle our equipment as well. So we try to buy something that has a multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't buy too much stuff for YouTube. People tend to do that. Video is less important than sound. If you want to buy something, buy a microphone. That's it. Costs, I don't know, a couple of $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These tips are great. Thanks, Samantha.
Sure.
Okay. We're doing a good job. Greetings from Ravi, who's a beginner and started again after 20 years and is picking up pretty fast thanks to us.
Wow, this is awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Hope you will be also sharing some of your works in the future soon.
Yeah. Okay, so what's next?
What's next? Okay, well, our biggest platform, I would say, greatest following, which is Instagram.
No. It's Instagram.
It's Instagram. So as of now, I think we have probably, it hasn't been growing in the last weeks.
40,000?
48,000.
Yeah.
So Instagram for us, it's perfect because we do visual stuff and we can post visual stuff there. You can also have videos on there. You can take photos of your creative process, behind the scenes, whatever. I think Instagram is a very easy way to share your art. Now, as with all of those, you need patience. And so many questions, because we asked on Instagram, were, how do I get more exposure? Why my posts don't have that much reach? So let's go a bit into that. We're not gonna, go super deep. You can still ask questions, but I think we can at least tell you where and how you can use Instagram. So first of all, I would say that Instagram is great if you bring value. This applies to all of those platforms, but Instagram, we found for us that bringing value has the best chance of having a big reach. What does that mean? If we post a sketch of our own, we try to do our best to write some additional information about it, at least like what kind of pen we used and if we liked it or not, and how we did the shading, and if there's some tip that comes to mind or something like that. So this is the kind of value we provide because we do the education, not without the air quotes. We do education, education on drawing. So this is what also gets most traction. Also, our carousel posts with different tips, they get shared the most. And yeah, one interesting thing you might have not known is that our Instagram profile is bugged, right? In the sense of it's not working properly.
True.
Yeah, as in whenever we post a carousel post with more than one image,
which is like, for someone who doesn't have Instagram has multiple possibilities. So you can post just like one photo, you can post video, or you can post like a series of photos, which you can scroll like this, It's like having a tablet in your hand and just scrolling between your photos.
Yeah.
And this is how you create a carousel. To just have a different segments of pictures, and it can be continuous photo. So if you have like a panorama shot or something, you can use something like carousel to use it. Yeah.
So what I wanted to say with that is our carousels, the hashtags on the carousels don't work. On all other posts they work, with all other people they work better actually on carousels with other people, but on our account, we wrote the customer service multiple times, they don't work. So we totally depend on people sharing the post for it to get spread. We were quite frustrated at the beginning, but that's the way it is. That's our problem, right? And everyone has their own problem, and you have to find ways to work around it. So when you say and when you notice, and you will notice that your Instagram likes are actually going down and your reach is going down, it's just something outside of your control that is happening. Instagram will change their algorithm. Right now, you post something, maybe tens of people, hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people like it and see it, but there will come a point where Instagram will become like Facebook, because there will be so much attention and so much produced that they will want people to pay to get the reach. So better get ready for that. But that being said, it's still early enough to definitely have it, because it's a cultural must right now. Instagram is like the place to be, and I would say the biggest chunk of the population is there. So yeah, let's look at it.
Okay, then we have two more.
Wait, I have some points about Instagram.
Still,
I want to share. Yeah, definitely. So, it's a big thing. So, first of all, bring value. Second of all, one tip that we definitely want to say: don't stress about your home page, like your Instagram page, right? As all people, but especially artists, want their page to be really pretty. Yeah, it all has to be the same. It all has to be a certain pattern, and it has to be colorful, and yeah.
The same color combinations.
Yes. Okay. True, right? In a way, it's your gallery, but that's why you have maybe your website or something else. The problem is when you do that, it will prevent you from posting random stuff that might be interesting, but just doesn't fit your page. And I know we have like a chessboard system. We have every second image is white. You can go check it out. It's landscapes.drawing. But I already noticed how much this is making problems for me, because when I want to post something, we don't have, a photo, or we don't have already prepared white background image, and then I don't post it, and it's actually hurting us. Maybe we should actually abolish that. Chessboard pattern.
When you were talking to me about that, I was thinking, let's just switch for a month or two.
Yeah, let's see.
And do something else, and we can still go back to that chessboard pattern.
Okay. Here, right now, we decided to, and you should too, because I think in the long run, it's hurting you if you're looking too much on the visual coherence of your Instagram page. I might be wrong, but this is my experience and my opinion. We'll try it now so you can follow and see how it works. Maybe we can give you an update in a month. Second thing, Instagram use stories. Instagram pushes stories a lot right now. They also rolled out just a new version because they want to compete with TikTok, and they're pushing stories, so they're a great tool. Stories are simple. You can do moments behind the scenes of your processes. Do as many stories as you can in a day. Basically, it's a really good idea for promotion.
So, in the background here, there's a huge discussion about social media and the rights, the private rights, and if that's good for your mental health at all. So that's a very, very
it's a very good question.
Intriguing topic and triggering topic as well. I see, because it's just like a lot of artists here in our community think that that's just all about data harvesting, and they don't feel good or safe in that environment anymore, and also that it's just not good enough.
I can totally understand that. And maybe let's connect that to Instagram. Of course, it's data harvesting. Of course, these companies are using the data. Of course, it's made to make you addicted to the platform and make you scroll and like and whatever. But that being said, it's also right now our best chance to promote ourselves. So if you're careful enough and only use it as a business, you know, for example, I have a personal Instagram profile. I have 0 posts on there, you know. If you I only use our Lionscapes profile to post our stuff that is basically related to our business.
Yeah.
And I would say if you're a person that's concerned about your personal life and the, you know, how much you make public, which I am, then just have a business profile and just post your art, post your business. That would be, I think, my advice.
Yeah, you can decide how much you share. Of course, we're right now using internet. So that means that someone is measuring the information, right? Someone is tracking us. And you decide which platforms are you going to use and what are you going to share. And that's one of the most important things to know. There are, of course, a few web pages that you can use as a blocker. Some are more effective than others. Yeah, but that's your decision. We also try, of course, we try to be, yeah, you know, we try to share our life and what we do, but we're much more than just YouTube and Lionscapes. We do many different things that we don't share with you, and that's also fine. I mean, of course, you can always share more and more and more, but somewhere you set yourself a boundary, and that's a very clear thing that you need to define for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have here another very interesting comment from Vincent. Too much art switches people off. Better to put 1 in 3 or 5, but the rest just live stuff. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think, Vincent, this is a good point about Instagram. I don't think that it was too much art. I think it's the other way around. People like the live stuff because they like to get to know the person behind the artwork. Then we come to the point of how much you want to share about yourself, but people will always, people will be more interested in what you do almost than in your artwork. Most people, not everyone, but most, because they want to know the person behind the artwork. It's interesting, it's intriguing. What is the person like? Why did they create that artwork? What do they eat? I want to eat the same things. Maybe I'll be as good as them. You know, it's this kind of thing. People are interested in people in general. So I think it's not because maybe it's not working because it's less artwork. It's working because it's more personal stuff. And the last point I want to touch on Instagram are hashtags. So many people, is there a hashtag strategy? Do hashtags work at all? Yes, hashtags work. Simply said, use hashtags that people search for, you know? If you use a random hashtag, like, I don't know, what would you say? You know, my art rocks or something. I don't think anyone searches for that hashtag, but if you do hashtag watercolor painting that you just did, many people follow and search that hashtag. So think about the hashtags that that people search for. This would be our best advice. Then how exactly to position and everything, yeah, Google that. There's strategies, but all in all, the best thing already would be just use hashtag that people would search for and not something they won't.
So I would understand what he just said, like use hashtags that have purpose.
Oh yeah, that are related to your work. Sorry, yeah. You know? Don't use the you know, current political debate. If you did a watercolor painting, you use a hashtag that are related to that. Hashtag watercolor painting, hashtag watercolors, hashtag, you know, watercolor sketch.
Hashtag high world.
No, hashtag high world I wouldn't do because nobody searches for hashtag. I know it's fun, it's like high world, hashtag first post or something like that, or hashtag repost. Nobody searches for that, right? So don't use those. And yeah, maybe we'll go into that. I wanted to say at this point, a lot of what we learned about Instagram is from another Instagrammer who also teaches drawing, David Dragil, and he has still like a great booklet on. He doesn't even know we're endorsing him. I love to endorse people when they don't know, haha. So, but it's really good. We learned a lot from him, and he has an Instagram page, Sketch Like an Architect. Especially for architects, might be interesting, and he also has a pretty good detailed guide on how to use Instagram. So if someone is interested, you can definitely check him out. Okay, which brings us to Pinterest.
One of my favorite platforms, because I can just swim in the ocean of illustration. It's just so amazing. Not lately, because I noticed there's so much commercial. Oh my god, it's just overwhelming to the point where I just make the icons very small, and then I just go and blend out all the commercials so that I can see the content. So I can see the same tendency that we experienced before with the chat, but that's also one very interesting platform, which is a bit similar to YouTube in a sense that it's like a search engine.
Yes, it's become a search engine.
Yeah, and in the last time you can also find short videos and also a bit longer videos. You can connect, for example, YouTube with Pinterest, which is also very interesting.
Basically, all of your stuff you do, you can also pin on Pinterest,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. So you can pin your GIFs, your photos, your illustrations, and connect them with your landing page, with other social media. Of course, it all depends on strategy, because through Pinterest, you can you connected to your leading page, your main page.
Like your website, for example.
Your website. And that means that you can very good use it if you're selling your merchandise or your products or your art. And that's very something important to know, and to include in your selling strategy.
Yeah. So if you're using Pinterest, I would say it's like a layer that you use above the rest of the stuff that you already do. You pin your posts from Instagram or from Facebook or from your website or from YouTube on Pinterest. You organize them in boards, and it will already be a lot because people will then search for it, and it will bring them back to your other platforms. This is the way we use it. There's many other ways people are using it as their main platform as well. But like we said, we're sharing what we know or what we do. So we would recommend it as an extra layer over the rest of your stuff.
Yeah. Also, don't underestimate the groups. There's also group possibility. So you can create your boards where you post your pins inside.
That's new.
And then you also have group boards, where you can also then share your posts. And that's very important because the groups are usually created with a certain group of people that's interested in just one topic. And if you're searching for a niche, that's where you need to be. So you need to type in, when you're Googling and searching in Pinterest, just write beside that group board at the end, and you're gonna see the whole list of the groups to that particular topic. Yeah. So we have here a comment that a few comments that they like to use Pinterest. Cool stuff Pinterest started doing. Also Instagram is short making of videos.
Yeah.
Then Alma said Pinterest is great for finding references for drawings. Yeah, true. It's also very helpful, can learn a lot from it. Agreed. Lots of great visuals on Pinterest, said Kim at the end.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have the last platform we are present on. And we must say we just dipped our toes, but it's been interesting, definitely, which is TikTok.
Yeah. It's definitely something new,
Yeah.
refreshing.
Yeah. So I don't know if you already tried or seen TikTok or not. There is this, okay, let's, first up front, there is this prejudice that it's only, 15-year-olds dancing, which is mostly, but it's changing really fast. So we basically put how to draw videos on there, and they did really well. And we follow other people that do how-to videos in our area, and they are doing really well. So it's starting to become also like, tips in form of short videos. So this is one thing you should know. The other thing, it will be even more overwhelming than the other platforms. It's a lot of silly junk stuff on there. But if you say, again, I'm just using this for my business side, I think it has great potential. The platform is so young. It has lots of attention. Whatever you post gets a lot of views. For example, one of our posts, how to draw a tree, got over 200,000 views. But that being said, it's also a very, it's still a young audience, which is completely fine. It's also getting older. But the comments that we got are also like, just like, well, what is this broccoli? Or,
Yeah, basically we got a lot of views, but mostly
kind of jokes
and fun and laughs and nothing constructive. So you notice that on one platform there's a certain group of people that's totally different.
Yeah.
And you need to know about that.
Yeah.
But I would say that, for example, I used TikTok at the beginning to really research all different topics and areas. I looked if there's anything in landscape architecture, in architecture, real estate, art. And when I found a creator that I liked, I subscribed to his content. And through that, now you don't see any junk in our TikTok home feed, because the algorithm recognized that I'm interested that just in certain topics
and not in dances.
For example.
Well, TikTok dances is a thing. Like, if you haven't heard, like, people do viral dances there.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a great potential for artists. I know it has some issues. In India it's banned and stuff like that. But you don't have to dance on TikTok. That would be bottom line. Use it. I would say have fun, experiment, do some videos, see how they do. I would totally suggest to every artist, there's a lot of attention right now. Just, do top down if you're drawing or painting. If you're singing, do some singing videos. We have a friend, she's a singer, started putting videos on TikTok, doing amazingly, because there's so much attention and not enough good content yet. So one of the platforms that's really young in its development and has a great potential. So if you don't have any following on Instagram, on YouTube, or anywhere, you might have in a couple of months on TikTok thousands or 10,000s of followers. This is quite amazing.
Okay, so we have here a comment from Yannick. I tried to use TikTok this year, but couldn't handle it. How do you manage?
Yeah.
You
mean manage in terms of time or how do we?
Or the comments,
endure the wild TikTok.
The managing of what? And then there's also a K-Draw comment. Yeah, younger demographics will bring in more immature responses.
Yes. Obviously.
But that will change as well.
Yeah, they will grow up, and then in 3 years, 5 years, you have a more mature following.
Okay, Yannick also said it's too shouty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess you already kind of answered. Yeah. Okay, so Kim also said, LOL, all the trolls. And then we got a question from Suhar. What is better, posting on one platform or multiple?
Okay. This is a question that came up a lot now. So which platform to choose and where to concentrate your time? Like, we know most of you don't have unlimited time. And I think, I don't know, but I think most of you are not full-time professional artists, or maybe like, I don't know, There are a lot of people who do it as a creative outlet. Some people are still studying and are wanting to become creative professionals, and just a chunk of you are maybe already professional artists who want to show your work online. The thing is, you have to concentrate your attention, obviously. Do as much as you can. This is definitely a thing, like we said, sustainably can. But if you would have to concentrate it on one, it depends a bit on you. So if you're comfortable with doing video, I think definitely would say go for YouTube and TikTok. TikTok right now is just so young, so fresh. I would definitely recommend it. That Sukhar, for example, if you're doing your artwork, videos of processing of your works, of drawing, painting, I would go for that. If you feel comfortable already, doing longer videos and stuff like that, showing yourself, talking into the camera more in a serious way, it doesn't have to be serious, but like YouTube has a more serious feel, I would say YouTube definitely. If you just have images to share and are not prepared to show yourself, I would say then Instagram is a pretty good thing to concentrate on. I would say just go all in on Instagram, do stories, do carousel posts, try to post as many as possible on Instagram. I would say it's, Facebook is probably not a good place to start right now. If you have Instagram, you can create another Facebook page and it will automatically post there as well, but it's not like something you would want to start, in my opinion.
How do you get to the level that you're able to post lessons in Domestika or Udemy?
Well, okay, we don't know Domestika, but Udemy.
So first of all, what is Udemy?
Oh, yeah, let's explain.
It's a learning platform. There are many learning platforms which can be used by you if you want to gain additional skill. So
yes.
That means there are many learning platforms. You have Udemy, you have Skillshare, Teachable, Coursera. There are many different platforms. And if you have a certain skill, you can also create a course and you can offer it to the public. And then the students will enroll and you can create and teach them your knowledge.
Yeah, so it depends on the platform. When you want to, you have to be just sure in yourself that you can provide value, and then you can already create content from the platform. And I think you probably asked that before because you were touching on the topic of how to make money with your art. We want to touch on that topic because it's been a very long live stream, already a lot of information. So we just want to, throw a couple of more points in there, and would be interesting if you want to see another video on, maybe going one of those topics more in depth, or also on selling. But on the point of selling, we also, like we said, we're completely transparent here and want to tell you stuff from our experience. So right now we're not doing, we're not selling our artworks directly, or we're not making money directly from our art. We're making it from, teaching and live drawing courses. Or for example, we're preparing an online drawing course that is going to be coming out in September, right?
Yeah.
We'll tell you more about it in the future. We're really excited about that one. And the thing you have to know when you're online, you're always, with every post, you're creating attention, you're creating leverage. And as soon as you sell something, or you do a post that sells, you trade in that attention leverage for money, right? So people suddenly don't share it because it's, sales, people, maybe break away, don't watch it again. And this is fine. Let's say when we will do this live course, totally transparent. When we will do this online drawing course in September, painting course, then we will do a video where we will promote it. And then most people will say, okay, I'm not interested anyway, they will break away. But some of you will say, oh, this is exactly what I need. And it's going to be the 20 people, as much as
20 lucky ones.
Yeah, 20 lucky ones that, will get into the course. And you only need those 20. So it's totally okay if the rest break away. So this is about selling, and there is also one question there that you have to ask yourself before you start selling your art, right? Like, do you need to sell your art? Like, maybe you don't need to live off your art. Maybe you have a day job that is okay, and it's not terrible. And then you have your creative outlet. It's a hobby, and it doesn't have the pressure of making money. You can still, I would totally suggest still posting online and building an audience and promoting, but you will grow much faster if you're not going to sell. If you're just posting stuff and just, not asking for anything in return. This is the way we grew so fast. We never monetized anything except for the donations we get from you guys right now, or the live drawing courses we offer, or commissions we get because people see our Instagram or YouTube and they call us and they want us to do an illustration or something.
Yeah. What's there left to say?
Business side of art and other revenue streams. We just touched on that. You might think, oh, as a painter, I can only sell my paintings. But no, think more broadly.
But no,
you can have courses. You can, sell prints. You can turn those paintings into postcards. There's many things you
create
can do.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, for us, we started off doing videos, but now sometimes do animation as well. We did murals we were commissioned to do murals, and I did book illustrations, and I mean, there's a lot you can do.
So think more broadly and think even if you have to do it, is it something that you have to live off or not? And if not, you will grow much faster online. You'll grow much faster an audience if you're not going to sell. This would be the core of the selling thing without going too deeply into it.
Yeah, and you already mentioned the money thing.
Yeah, the business part.
The business part. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
You earned it. Right? You need to survive as well.
Yeah. And it's totally normal that you don't know how to sell as an artist, because many creatives haven't been taught that in school. They have been taught their art, their craft, and nobody tells us how to sell. So a good idea, if you want to live off that one day, or you already are, and need some, a good idea is to bring someone in who does know the business side, who does know how to sell, who has studied that, and you share the revenue, you share the profit, and it will help you immensely because you can concentrate then on just producing your art and don't have to deal with the selling part. So yeah, if you don't know the business side, maybe get a partner, or you have to learn the business side yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that covers everything. We got some questions that were not related to the topic. So maybe we could answer them in the future videos, since we already are strongly in an hour and a half. So
yeah, let's just go through the checklist to sum up everything we learned today. You can take a screenshot of the checklist so you will remember everything. And yeah, let's see what we already covered today. It's been a lot of stuff. So we said how to promote your art. First, why? Know why you make art. Second, know it's a long-term investment. You have to be patient, but it's a good idea to start promoting yourself online. Third, go where the attention is. Right now, it's on the internet. Then we have the how. Find your medium, like video, photo, whatever. Second, produce as much as sustainably possible. This is important, sustainably. Then document instead of create. In this way, you will create more content. Develop a routine and be patient. And be you. Don't care what others think. And then in the end, where to post it? Find a fitting platform. Adjust the form of your content to the platform. Instagram is going to be more photos, or YouTube is going to be long form videos. Then cross-link your platforms. Always tell where else you are, and always remember, bring value. Yeah,
so amazing. I think we covered a lot of different segments of how to promote yourself online. So let us know what was your impression of today. What does interest you in depth? Would you like to get a video, or should we do another live stream to one particular subject or topic? Let us know, even if that's like the why. Some people have no problem doing the where, they're present on the platforms but are a bit weaker at why. Some people don't know how to do the how part.
How to overcome the fear,
yeah,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
So let us know, because we have a lot of different skills that we can offer you, and if we know what's your motivation or what are you searching for, then that's much easier then for us as well.
Yes. All right. So for next week, we have our last Feedback Friday, which doesn't mean that Feedback Fridays are going away, but this is the last one that's going to be on Friday. After that, the Feedback Fridays are going to be on Tuesday. But then you can see that the last Monday, Creative Monday, is on August 10th. This is because we're going on a long deserved vacation, and we're going to be away for 2 weeks in the next 2 weeks, so the last week of July, the first week of August, and we will do a live stream, we said. We cannot tell you when, but we definitely will do it, probably somewhere from vacation. We're going to do a mobile setup, and we're going to do a live stream of us drawing, sketching somewhere outside, and we can connect in that way.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's like a new challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
In some beautiful landscape, and we can't wait to show you some beautiful views and do some sketching on site.
We're going to take you on our vacation.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm excited. So I would like to thank you all for being here with us today. I hope you enjoyed this content and that you're going to show up in Friday's Feedback Friday with your sketches, of course. If you haven't already, please join our Facebook group called Linescapers.
Yeah, and of course, give this video a thumbs up. It helps it be more visible to others, and it would mean a lot to us if you shared it wherever we're your friends.
Yeah. So, till next time, you know what to do.
Keep on drawing.
And stay creative. Bye-bye. Mwah.